I didn't want to break, the Olympics are on. Okay, if you're going to be successful in exploration, you need three things. You need people that know what they're doing, you need great projects in great locations, and you need the money to get out on the ground and do the work. And I believe that we've got all three at Miramar. We only listed in October last year. This time last year, or Diggers last year, we'd raised our money. We were all set to go. We got out on the ground with a small team, with some great projects, and we raised $8 million. We've done it before. As you know, I took Dore Minerals from a $4 million IPO to an ASX 300 company with 2 gold mines in 6 years, and I want to do it again. So our projects, we've got fantastic underexplored projects in great locations. There's an old adage that if you want to find gold, you drill under the head frame. Well, we're not under the head frame, but we can see plenty of them for where we are. Our main project is at Gidgee. Now, this is the Gidgee that's only 10 k's out of Kalgoorlie, not the Gidgee that's 500 k's out of Kalgoorlie. Our project straddles the highway out to Menzies. As I said, it's about 10 k's from town. We're surrounded on one side by KCGM and on the other side by Norton at Paddington. The reason that we like that project was it sits on a major fault called the Barara Shear Zone that hosts Golden Ridge, Barara, Paddington, and some of the deposits up further north where Bardock and those guys are working. Where it comes through our ground does a big jog. Geologists always like jogs. And when we started looking at the drilling data, it was really, really underexplored. And believe it or not, in 15 k's of strike at Gidgee, there's only about 8 holes greater than 100 metres. So we went out there straight after listing, did our first aircore program, got a nice 2 metres at 13 grams in one of our holes at a target called Marlebone. As we started drilling that a bit more, we started to get even more excited when we looked at the geology and the structure. And it's actually a dead ringer for Paddington. It's got the same geological sequence as Paddington, the black flags and mafic and ultramafic. It sits in a big diagonal jog in the Barara Shear Zone, cross-cut by a couple of north-south structures, exactly the same as Paddington. And at the moment, we just put out some results this morning that have increased that aircore footprint to about 2 kilometres at plus 1 gram gold. Now that's just aircore at the moment. But we're still defining how big this footprint is, and the next step will be to go underneath it. So people would say, how can that not be well explored? How can something 10 k's out of Kalgoorlie between major producers not be explored? Well, there's a sort of 30-40 metre paleo channel system that runs across the top of it, and a lot of the previous drilling didn't even get through that paleo channel. So we're the first people to actually drill through that, and we're getting gold consistently beneath those paleo channel sediments. So we're really excited. That 15k strike length, at the moment we're working on about 6 or 7 kilometres of that. The rest of it to the north and to the south is applications to be granted, and there's some targets on those that are probably even as good, if not better, than Marlebone. But that's not our only project. Our second project we just started working on, similar story. It's out at Glandore, or Bulong, if you head out on the Bulong Road. It's about 40 k's east of Kalgoorlie. Sits mostly under a salt lake, but there's some pretty nice historical drill results there related to a granite intruding into a dolerite, which looks similar to the Golden Mile dolerite, with diamond hits up to 8 metres at 22. So if you look at that project, it looks, if not good, if not better than Gidgee. So as I said, the main focus is on our gold projects in and around Kalgoorlie. We've got a couple of other things going on up in the Murchison. We've got a really interesting project up at Onslow that we just finished a geochem survey on. And we've also joined the nickel copper PGE rush as well, with a whole suite of projects up in the Bangamore, sort of south of Paraburdoo, which are similar but a little bit different to the Chalice story. So I said we've got the trifecta. We've got people that know what they're doing, we've got great projects underexplored in fantastic locations, and we've got $5 million in the bank to get out to do the work that we need to do. Done.